Good day. It is so good to see you again. I'm so pleased you've chosen to join me for this fourth episode of How to Behave and the correct manners and etiquette of a Victorian gentleman. I see the weather is starting to turn a bit cold. I'm going to have to ask my gentleman servant to get out my winter togs for the future. I don't know that I'll be able to continue in my summer finery in this chilly weather. In fact, I understand my counterpart in your time has had snow already and has actually snow on the ground around his home. Oh, to think of that so early in the year. But I'm getting aside on a different topic, and we're not here for that, are we? No, we're here to talk about the proper etiquette and behavior of a Victorian gentleman. And so today I thought I'd continue a little bit in the vein of last week and how to behave in the presence of lady folk. If you find yourself in the presence of a lady, or ladies for that matter, never should a gentleman allow a lady to do something for herself, get a chair, ring a bell for a servant, pick up a glove or handkerchief she may have dropped, if you are there and can do it for her. This is not something you do because you feel she is unable. This is something you do as a matter of respect. Now think about this. What sort of things would you do for your own mother? Because you love her and respect her. Extend that courtesy to other women folk. Don't make them in their dresses and gowns bend over, stoop down to pick up a handkerchief they've dropped or a glove. Do it for them. Be polite. Don't make them drag a chair across the room to have a seat. Either offer them the one you were sitting in before they entered the room and get a different one for yourself, or go and fetch a chair for her. Or at the very least, call a servant to bring her a chair. But never, if you're there, allow her to do manual labor, dragging a chair for herself. So, gentlemen, always do those things for your lady folk if you are there and able to do so for them. And in doing any sort of service for another, whether it be a lady or a gentleman, one should never make a big to-do about it. Simply do the act. Don't do it with a grand gesture, a bow, or something that makes it seem like you're doing them a huge favor. Because if that's your attitude, then don't do it in the first place. Let them see you for the cad you are. No, if you're going to do something, a service for another, simply do it because it's a gentlemanly thing to do. It should be so much a part of your nature you don't have to think about it, but you simply do it because it needs to be done. When you do a favor for someone, you're subtly showing that you expect something in return, and a gentleman should never expect something in return for a service offered. Now, if you're in business and your business is offering services, that's a different matter entirely, but we're talking about in normal society. If you're out at an event, if you pass someone on the sidewalk, do the gentlemanly thing and do not expect anything in return. A thank you should suffice. And if you don't get a thank you, heaven forbid, but if you don't get a thank you, make nothing of it and carry on your way, as if the person had thanked you. And speaking of thank yous, that is something a gentleman must always remember to do. Those 2 words your mother instilled in you. Always say please. And always say thank you. It will stand you in good stead with others. They would be more willing to do things for you when necessary if they know you appreciate them than if they feel you just take them for granted. So always that kind little please and thank you will go miles towards your reputation as a gentleman. And speaking of services, a gentleman should always carry about his person a clean and pressed handkerchief. One never knows when one might be in need of one, or if not yourself, another person near you. Perhaps your lady friend at the opera has found it very moving and is tearing up. Don't say anything to her about her emotions, just simply offer her your handkerchief. Now, a wise gentleman won't just carry a handkerchief, but will carry two handkerchiefs. One for his own personal use, and one for, as I forementioned, offering to another when necessary. And when she offers to give it back to you, the polite thing to do is say, "No, keep it." Now, fun has been made of this in, what's that thing called that you have in your time? It's some sort of entertainment where you have sort of real-life pictures of I know when I spoke to my counterpart in your time, he told me about them. Movings? Something. Oh, movies. Yes, movies. I understand that fun has been made of this practice in some movies, but I don't think it should be taken as a fun thing. It's a serious matter. So, gentlemen, take to heart the things I've shared with you today. Put them into practice. If you do it often enough, you'll get to the point where you don't have to think about it. You won't be going, "Now, what was it that gentleman told me on Friday that we should do? It's the proper and mannerly and gentlemanly thing to do." No, you don't want to have to do that every time. Just practice these things to where it happens naturally. It's so much a part of you as a gentleman that it's second nature. So when you see the lady walk into the room and there's nowhere for her to sit, you offer her your chair and go and find another for yourself. Or if the chair that you have been occupying is in such a situation that you need to occupy it, excuse yourself for a moment and go and fetch another chair for her, or call a servant over and ask them to get it. And you should be able to do that without having to stop and think about it. It should just happen naturally. So put these things into practice, make them part of your repertoire, and eventually you will be such a gentleman that good manners and proper etiquette will just happen without any thought. And people will admire you for it. For a proper gentleman with good manners and etiquette is always to be admired. So until next Friday when we continue our education, I bid you adieu.